Number 8, M. Kofi says, is your wife part of your ministry? How do you keep your marriage God-centered? Well, my marriage is perfect in every way. Every possible way. No, but let me answer your question. So is my wife part of my ministry? Yes, she is. In fact, more and more so as time goes on. And the reason for this is because my wife has a particular skill set when it comes to things like accounting and numbers and bank things and dealing with all that kind of stuff. And so she is really overseeing all that stuff for Bible Thinker for this ministry, which has become, over time has become my full-time thing. And so I'm super, super grateful for that. She's awesome. Yeah, so her involvement is there. Obviously, as her husband, I just like, when I'm working through issues, I talk about them. So recently I've been talking to her about women in ministry a lot, just because if you're around me and I'm working on it, I'm like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I just start asking questions of everybody, of things they've never studied, just because I want to think about it, and talking helps me do that. So she's a part of my ministry in that regard. She also supports me doing it, like we'll have a night where we're home and it's in the evening, and I'm like, you mind if I study tonight? And she's like, no, go ahead. Or she's like, well, I kind of wanted to do this. And so then I will not study that night, and I'll do the thing with her. She supports me in that sense, obviously, just as a husband, as a man, just supporting me in what I'm doing, encouraging me in it, and giving me time and space to do it. But yeah, she's hugely part of it, handling tons of stuff that would take 15, 20, 30 hours a week, probably longer for me. If I was to do it instead of her, when it comes to all this stuff. Right now we're in the middle of setting up Bible Thinker as its own incorporated thing that's not just under like the wing of a church, but we're a standalone ministry, and it was important for us to do that. And that is a massive amount. I've actually been spending a lot of hours on it, and so is she. This is the stuff nobody sees, but she's mostly involved in that kind of stuff. How do I keep my marriage God-centered? That's interesting to think about, how to answer a question like that. I mean, don't encourage sin in your home. Don't do wicked things together. Pray for each other. Encourage one another. If in Ephesians I seek to try to do what the calling to the husband is, to love my wife as Christ loved the church, and to prefer her needs and desires over my own. And she seeks to honor Christ by having an attitude of submission and respect towards me. I think that stirs up having a God-centered marriage. We rejoice in the Lord together. We do church together. We worship together. We pray together. Those types of things. I think what helps a God-centered marriage the most is just godliness in the husband, godliness in the wife. I mean, it seems really simple. I feel like I'm not really telling you anything special here, but maybe that's just how it really is. So